You're listening to Not the Sermon with Eric and Jamie.
Random question, Eric.
Yes.
Do you
Random answer.
flash your lights at oncoming traffic to warn them that there's a police officer waiting over a hill or something?
It depends on how good the police officer's hiding.
Okay. What do you mean?
If they're obviously in the median,
Yeah.
whatever happens. But if the cops are trying to pull a sneaky,
Yeah.
I'll flash my lights.
Yeah. Sometimes they hide so well. It's like, man, you guys, that's
If they're trying to pull a little Jehovah sneaky, I give them a little light flash to the oncoming traffic.
I'm a light flasher. I'm a warner.
Yeah.
Because A, do unto others, right? I would want someone to warn me.
For sure, yeah.
And B, I consider it a good citizen move. I mean,
You're just telling them to slow down.
What's the point of the cop being in the median? To get people to slow down. Well, if I flash my lights at them, letting them know there's a cop, what are they going to do?
Yeah,
Slow down.
You're protecting safety.
I'm better than the cop at
I know,
this.
the cop's just waiting to catch you in the act.
I got to them first.
You're preventative.
Yes.
Right? Don't you believe that the police force should be preventative in crime?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
That's good. Yeah. Some cops get mad at that.
Yeah.
They'll try to pull you over, but I don't think it's illegal.
I don't know why they would be mad. If public safety is the goal,
Yeah.
then they shouldn't be
Is
mad.
public safety the goal, Jamie?
If getting money from a ticket's the goal.
Did you have a booger? You were doing something with your fingers.
I was doing the money sign.
I thought you were handling a bug.
Why would you go there?
I don't know.
This is the universal money sign.
I don't know. For some people,
Evidently for your family,
clear their nasal passages.
it's a universal nose goblin sign.
Nose goblin. We are already lowering the bar for the episode
Listener,
this morning.
We are now officially shooting the Scubalon. This is when we just talk about random things. Starting off the podcast.
We're actually flicking the Boogalon.
Flickin' the Boogalon. This is a new song.
Hey, I hope I don't get caught flicking the Boogalon. That was the most middle school thing ever.
Wow, this is such a mature podcast going on.
Yes.
Hey, shout out. I need a shout out to Sermonot.
Okay.
One of our listeners, April,
Yes.
heard about my affinity for the strawberry candy.
For the grandma's strawberry chews.
That has the little liquid strawberry juice on the
made
inside.
of asbestos. The finest asbestos.
Strawberry asbestos. And she bought me some.
Hey, kept our grandmothers alive till 90. It'll keep you alive.
Hey, it's cool. Have you ever noticed strawberry candy tastes nothing like an actual strawberry?
That's why I don't like strawberry flavored stuff. I don't like strawberry flavor. I like strawberries. Love strawberries.
I would say, though, most of flavor candy, like candy flavors, don't match the fruit they say that they are.
Well, I mean, it's
watermelon,
hard to precisely do it with chemicals.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it's like,
Do you know about do you know about the secretions from the I need to look this up. So raspberry. Okay, hold on.
Don't stop with secretions, please.
No, it's going to get way worse.
Oh no.
So raspberry flavoring.
I had a raspberry chew last night.
Okay, here we go. Decades ago, this is not as true anymore. Scientists used compounds extracted from a gland in a beaver's tush to help create strawberry and raspberry flavorings or enhanced vanilla substitutes.
I wondered why I enjoyed the flavor.
It's 100% true.
Yeah, that's creepy. Well, you gotta, again, they are experimenting with chemicals.
Yeah.
Who's the guy?
Castorium is what it was called.
Who's the guy that tests the beaver bum and says, boy, does this taste like raspberries?
You know what? I mixed this in my vanilla and it made it even better.
Yeah, and also just general chemical compounds.
Right.
Like you look on the back of any, preserved snack and you see all these chemical compounds. Who was the guy that said, I'll eat this and see if I survive?
Yeah.
That leads me to a question. Speaking of raspberry and weird candies, do you have an odd, non-popular or under the radar candy that you enjoy? Something that not everybody would even probably know about?
Yes.
What is that?
Jelly Belly jelly beans I like a lot.
That's pretty mainstream, though.
No, but hold on. But my favorite is buttered popcorn and licorice.
Okay.
Which are two that are known to be some of...
sucks. Buttered popcorn's not bad.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, for Easter, my wife got me licorice-only jelly beans.
Okay.
Yep.
So I have two. So the first one, and I've been just dedicated to the brand for years, is something called a high chew.
Yeah.
They sell them at sometimes at grocery stores as you're checking out. You'll see them.
Yeah.
The mango and the watermelon high chews are amazing. And then also... Mambas.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Mambas?
Yeah, they're all right.
I love them, dude.
Yeah.
I could tear up a whole bar.
Okay, the high chews are like the poor man's Tootsie Roll. You know, the fruit Tootsie Rolls?
Yeah, I would say no, though. I mean, they're different. They're
third world Tootsie Rolls.
Well, it's Japanese candy is what it is.
Well, third world.
They're not third world.
I'm just kidding.
But it's like a chew, like a Starburst type chew, but there's a gummy center. So it's like a weird
How
texture.
did we turn a verb into a noun there? You chew something, and so therefore that thing is a chew.
It's probably like a British thing. Like, I'll have a chew.
I'll have a chew.
And then, hey, give me one of them slurps. I'll have a slurp. Or they call tea, I'll have a cuppa.
I have a cuppa.
Yeah, one of our UK listeners is going to be like, "Oh yeah, I know that." Yep.
Yeah, her podcast is a cuppa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I thought, well, I have a cuppa.
A cuppa. Yeah, that's interesting.
Anyways, yeah, I always found it. Yeah, just like strange candies. I'm attracted to strange candies. I don't like the main lines.
You're attracted? Did you use that word on purpose?
I am. I think it's a proper word.
Oh, okay.
Magnetized.
Magnetized towards? You're attracted to?
Attracted to.
Do you speak little nothings in their ears?
I'm a candy sapien.
Yeah, interesting. So, how's your heart, man? How are you doing?
Are we doing this on the podcast?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Is Eric okay?
Hold on. Cue the sad music. I'm actually doing great, man.
Okay.
I'm doing really good. I'm at a place in my life where I don't know. I'm just doing well. I have no other way to describe it. Like problems aren't as big.
Yeah.
Goals are not so strenuous.
Yeah.
I'm just here living, doing my thing.
Yeah.
Taking it day by day. And that's not usual for me.
You're content.
That's not my track record.
You're contented, like in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
My track record is like, let's chase after the future. If we're not there yet.
You're very achievement oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to check your phone?
I do. That's someone called me. And I probably should take it, but I'm not. I'm going to text him and I'll take it afterwards.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What about you, man? How's your heart?
My heart's good.
Anyways, don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
No, my heart's good. But my heart's not the problem.
Yeah.
It's my nose.
Oh God. Yeah, is it?
Should we address the elephantitis in the room?
The elephantitis in the room. Sure. Yeah. Tell us about our new co-host.
So, listener, our new co-host. So I never had acne, growing up. I mean, I would occasionally get like one big random zit on my forehead, but, I've heard that middle-aged acne can be a thing sometimes. But I have on my nose, not on the tip of my nose, it's on the side. And
yeah.
I don't know if our Patreon people can see this or not. It's much better today than yesterday.
We had to powder it so it wouldn't send off like beacon signals.
But I do have a rather large, this is a Job-inspired boil.
Yeah, this is what the King James would call the botch.
This is the botch. I have the botch on my nose. And it's so weird. And for most people, it's not a big deal. People get bumps all the time. I don't. And so it's really kind of freaking me out.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens, man. I mean, it's rare though that you get like what would be considered back knee on your face.
Right. Is it nose knee?
I don't like anytime like growing up, like people, and even still in my family, if someone has a pimple, it's fair game. You get obliterated the entire time you have it. Yeah. I had a garden growing on my forehead a couple months ago, and I couldn't even go see my family.
Yeah, in staff meeting yesterday, it was the worst. Like things had literally come to a head. Yeah, and you were like, "Oh, is this our new associate pastor?"
Yeah, good stuff.
And I think I told the staff that this was actually my twin in utero twin that I absorbed.
Yeah,
while I was still being formed.
Yeah,
but it's now trying to come back out.
It sounds like the beginning of a horror movie. It probably had to have been.
Yeah, especially for a preacher, and all of a sudden, like it starts preaching.
Hey, maybe we'll start getting sponsorships though for like Proactive. Is Proactive still a thing? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I don't know.
You remember the commercials?
I never had to take that stuff. Like seriously, I never had to deal with acne. Thank goodness. And now here I am.
I mean, I had it, and then even still, we'll get a random breakout for some reason, and just take a little CeraVe.
I think at this point, it's what we eat.
That's got to be. What was I eating then to like to do that? That's what I wonder.
You're probably eating all those high chews and mambas.
True.
Just were you rubbing them on your forehead?
I was feeding them bacon grease.
You're licking them, rubbing them on your forehead.
You want some?
See if you can absorb them through the skin.
Sorry, I was just getting in my feels with a little bit of T Swift.
Oh, Tay-Tay, are you a fan?
No.
Okay.
My daughter is, though.
Oh, yeah.
My 6-year-old daughter.
She is the Pied Piper of young girls.
She is, and we have to be careful.
Dude, because her lyrics are not clean anymore.
We're like, try to limit her to early T Swift.
Yeah.
But she recognizes her voice. Like if the radio's on and like a song comes on, she's like, "That's Taylor Swift." And I'm like, I have to know the song so I know whether or not this is something I want my kid to be singing out loud.
Right.
But yeah, it's something about Taylor Swift, her aura.
Yeah,
she's got major aura points.
Well, that is what we're talking about today, listener. We have a segment called Weird Worship.
Are you telling me Taylor Swift is a worship artist now?
Well, I don't know.
Is she doing a collab with Jelly Roll?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Man, we have the Christianity we wanted, don't we?
Yes, yeah, we got it.
Someone made an observation to me the other day. It's like in terms of like having like a I don't even want to get into it, but we have what we want.
We're into it. You started it, so.
American Christians got what we wanted in terms of government and culture.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a reflection of us.
It's true.
So
we have no one else to blame but ourselves.
Exactly.
So Weird Worship, listener, is a segment where we talk about worship trends in the church.
Yes.
These are ways that we express worship, particularly music in a church setting, and things having to do with the Sunday morning service. And I wanted to bring up something I found interesting and get your opinion on this, Eric.
Yes.
I've been getting ads on social media for a candlelight tribute to Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Held at First Presbyterian Church in Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh, okay.
And so it was kind of an interesting idea of, okay, so I don't have a problem with a church using their space maybe to rent out for an event.
Like non-church events.
Right. It's a good way for a church to make some income and further the kingdom and stuff like that. I don't believe in sacred spaces as much as I believe in sacred people.
Okay.
Right. I mean, we are the temple of the Lord. And so I have a strong opinion. Like we don't do songs here that talk about, being in the house of the Lord because we are the house of the Lord now in the new covenant. But at the same time, I saw this ad. I was kind of like, "This is weird."
Yeah, a little odd.
It's a string quartet, is my understanding, and they light a bunch of candles, which is normally reserved for prayer.
Yeah,
and then they play some T Swift.
Yeah, so it's a tribute, and it's a tribute.
Yes.
So a tribute is something that you do to honor someone. It's a sacrifice. A tribute is a sacrifice that you make to honor someone.
Now, just for the record, this is not put on by First Pres. It's actually a group called Fever, which is they give me fever, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And so they do multiple things. They have one that's like a tribute to the Beatles and Queen, which, I mean, sign me up.
Would you go to that one?
I would.
It sounds like there's a little bit of bias going on.
I would love
here.
to go. Well, that's because the music. I like that music.
Yes.
And they do some other things.
And the Beatles were wholesome, were they?
If they did a tribute to John Williams, orchestra movie music, I'd be like, heck yeah, sign me up too. But it did this being a pop artist now. It's just kind of, how does this strike you? Is this weird worship?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to kind of point out some of the logic you just used though, because if you're willing to go to a Beatles candlelight tribute at a church or something.
Well, I'm just saying my only point with that is that it sounds more inviting because I like the Beatles.
You like the music.
Right. I'm not saying it's okay.
Yeah, I would say that the people who like Taylor Swift probably feel the same way you do about whether or not it's the Beatles. Now, I do question whether or not the Beatles or Taylor Swift should be hosting tributes,
right,
to him. I think we're in a weird spot. So there's a lot of different things going on, and without talking to the people that are kind of overseeing this, so you can't really get a direct answer. But number one, let's talk about the Presbyterian Church in the United States.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
The PCUSA,
right,
is
and these guys are PCUSA.
Yeah, are unashamed,
more progressive
theologically and liberal politically, and there really is no dividing line between those two in terms of how they operate as a church. They tend to adopt, and this is just an objective assessment, they tend to adopt more liberal political agendas and tie them to progressive theological agendas. And so there really is no separation between politics and theology to them. It's all kind of one and the same. So they all fall in that far left-wing basket.
Right. Just like the Southern Baptists on the right.
Yeah. So the fact that they're doing this is not a surprise to me at all.
Sure.
But let's assume for a second we take that out of the picture and they're simply trying to rent space, to steward space well, to even make money for the church.
Right.
This is where I think you need to have a little bit more of a nuanced view.
Yeah.
For instance, we support chicken farmers who raise chickens to sell to people to use them as sacrifices.
That's true. Overseas. Yeah. I was like, wait, what chicken farmers do I know? Overseas. Yes.
Overseas. So religions that sacrifice animals, we are literally supporting Christians who are making money by selling chickens to Hindu people who are then sacrificing them to idols.
Sure.
So we would have to question that, but we understand that's a matter of it's pragmatism.
Sure.
That makes sense. In fact, those people are indirectly funding the gospel.
That's right.
And so our Taylor Swift fans indirectly funding the gospel at this particular church.
If the gospel's being preached.
If the gospel's being preached, which is questionable right here. So, however, though, I think that there should still be some practical considerations, not even practical, spiritual and religious considerations when churches think about opening up their space to people in the community. We have been asked on, I feel like, different occasions to host things here that we've questioned, and we've said, no, I don't think that's a good representation.
But we've also had times where we feed the local football team.
Yeah.
But we had a devotion with them. I mean, it wasn't...
Yeah, we bring people in from the community. We use our church as a community.
Right.
We're one of the few churches that have the capabilities to host a lot of people, so we allow the community to come in. So I think there just needs to be more thought about this. Like if they're asking...
we wouldn't host, but hold on, we wouldn't host a political rally.
No, would not host a political rally. Wouldn't host probably even a secular concert.
Definitely not a secular concert. I would not allow that.
Yeah. I had someone recently who is an artist that I like, who's like kind of semi-Christian, but they cuss sometimes, and they were looking for a venue, and my initial... I don't want to say.
You don't want to say?
No, because I don't want it to seem like I'm bad, because I like their music.
Okay.
But and then me and my friends were kind of talking about that, and my initial thought was I could never host them here.
Right.
And they're Christians, and their music is Christian.
Yeah.
But they use language and themes that probably not be palatable to our people.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, because of that, I don't want to cause anybody to stumble. So I don't have an answer to it. I think there's a lot of nuance. I think the church should be available for their space to be used by the community.
I agree.
But I think who uses your space is still a reflection of who you are as a church.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a matter of sacred spaces as much as how are we utilizing and representing God through the use of our resources.
Yeah. I officiated a wedding pretty recently, and there was going to be, as part of the reception, there was going to be line dancing.
Mm-hmm.
But then they found out that the church wouldn't allow it because it was going to be secular music, and they don't allow dancing.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. And so it was kind of like, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, so in that situation, that church is far more conservative than we are. Right?
We've had people want to do weddings here and have a bar.
Yeah.
And we said no.
No, we said no.
Not because we think alcohol is sinful in that sense, inherently sinful, right? We're getting that word right.
Yes.
But because we think, because we are a church full of people who have struggled with addiction.
Yeah, we host Celebrate Recovery.
We host Celebrate Recovery. Yeah. We don't think that represents who we are well as a church. It doesn't mean we think alcohol is bad. It just means that, hey, we're representing more people than just you.
Yeah.
And so now I would say, the PCUSA is definitely representing their clientele through hosting a Taylor Swift concert.
Sure.
No, not a knock against them, but I think we have to realize that how the church, number one, needs to have their space open to the community.
Yeah.
Your church should not be reserved for a couple hours on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
That's a poor use of space. That's poor financial stewardship.
Sure.
However, you need to consider how you use that space.
Yeah, how you use it, who uses it, and what is the unintended message you are sending to your congregation and your community.
And the community.
By what you let happen at your church.
I mean, we went to a church in Houston. I mean, shout out Church Project.
Yeah.
Who they intentionally created their church property to not just be a place where people gather on Sunday mornings, but a place that can be rented out throughout the year. And they have oil companies that come in,
business meetings,
football engagements, all kinds of stuff, weddings.
But I'm sure they have
rules for who can use it and who can't.
Yeah.
And so I think that's great great stewardship of space. I think every church needs to consider how can they utilize their space for the benefit of the community.
Right.
Daycares, rentals, weddings, funerals. We have more funerals for people that don't go to our church here than go to our church.
Yeah.
But you still got to be careful
because we don't die.
Yeah, there's something about this place.
Yeah.
That's just what happens when you have a generally young congregation. It's just, but there's going to be a time where it just happens all the time in like 20 years, right? But you do have to have some practical, spiritual considerations for how you use it. You can't just, because then you open up like, oh, the local, Masonic Lodge wants to use your space for something.
Nah, we're good.
Call back.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there's a song by worship artist Mitch Wong. And I've been thinking about this line all this year.
Yeah.
It says, a holy God lives in a holy house. So if it's not holy, then get it out.
Yeah.
And I know there's going to be, the holy house. Is he talking about the buildings? Is he talking about the person? Probably both. What does holiness look like in my life, in your life? The Lord definitely moves on us as individuals, right?
Yeah.
There are things he's going to remove from your life he hadn't removed from mine yet, and vice versa. But when you're talking about the church, I tend to think that's a good guiding principle, is that this is a place that we have reserved. We call it a sanctuary, a place that's, from sanct, Latin meaning holy or set apart. And it's this
or
place.
You sank a ship.
Sanct. That's Southern. That's not Latin. But this place has been set apart for the Lord. It exists for him. And that doesn't mean that we can't have fun here. Like when we have our women's dinner, we sing secular songs.
We do. We've gotten in trouble for it.
Yeah. But we're honoring women. We're honoring the ladies of our church. We're having fun.
I forgot about that. We have guys. We've had people guys get up and sing, "Man, I feel like a woman."
Yeah.
But that's not the one they have a problem with. I don't know what they. Anyways.
But so yeah. At some point, so to me, I'm asking myself, as long as what we do, there is a sense of holiness set apart, that this building, this land, these people belong to the Lord, I'm cool with it. For me, personally, a Taylor Swift, quartet with lighted candles.
Tribute. That's the word I have a problem with.
To me, I wouldn't do it.
That's like inviting another God. It's like Paul. It's like, think about Paul. Someone asking Paul, and this is going way too long, this segment, but I just think about someone asking Paul, like, hey, Paul, there's a local pagan artist who sings in the Temple of Diana.
Right.
And she's really popular.
Right.
And we just saved up all of our money and we bought this little hall that we've been worshiping in.
Yeah.
But they're going to pay us a good amount of money for this Diana worship leader to come in and sing. What do you think, Paul? What would he say?
They'd be getting a letter.
That'd be like an 8th Corinthians.
For sure. Sure.
Odd news, everyone.
Odd news.
Odd news is a segment where we just look at odd news and live
we named
react.
it very well.
Yeah. We do a live react and see what's going on. The world never ceases to amaze me.
People be crazy,
and
Eric.
It's depravity and just general stupidity.
Yep.
So this morning, of course, this story comes to us from California.
Okay, cool. If it's not Florida, it's California.
It's California. And the title, or the headline is, California Bear Suit Luxury Car Scam Ends in Insurance Fraud Sentences for 3.
Okay, well, Okay, there are a lot of words I wouldn't have put together. So California
bear suit luxury car scam, comma. It's not a comma, but
so bear suit luxury car. Okay, I don't understand how that would work.
Ends in insurance fraud sentences for 3 people.
Okay, so it's insurance fraud.
Here we go. Out of Los Angeles.
Oh, they acted like they were bears.
Yes. So 3 people in California have been sentenced for insurance fraud and a bizarre scam that involved someone dressed in a bear costume damaging luxury cars.
For the insurance. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
The California Insurance Department said the 3 used a person in a bear suit to stage fake attacks inside a Rolls-Royce and 2 Mercedes.
Okay.
Then submitted fraudulent claims seeking nearly $142,000 in payouts from insurance companies. The department called it Operation Bear Claw.
Oh, not Beartooth.
Yeah, so 2 Los Angeles area men and a woman pleaded no contest. They're not even going to plead guilty to this. They're just going to be like, either I did it or I didn't.
Hold on a second. I'm going back to Bear Claw. Is that because police like donuts?
Yeah, that's what I think so.
Okay.
They pleaded no contest to felony insurance fraud and were sentenced to a weekend jail program followed by probation. And ordered to pay over $50,000 in restitution. A 4th person faces a court hearing in September.
4th man in the fire.
Yeah. Okay. The group is accused of providing several videos from the San Bernardino Mountains of a bear moving inside the vehicles to the insurance companies as a part of their damage claims. Photos provided by the insurance department showed what appeared to be scratches on the seats and doors. A California Department of Fish and Wildlife official says it was clearly a human in a bear suit.
That's what I was wondering. Like, did they have to go and frame by frame figure it out?
I'm going to just show this, the bear suit here.
Not very realistic looking.
And on the video, I'll see if I can clip this onto the video afterwards.
Or here, put it up to your camera.
Just,
there you go.
There you go.
That's hilarious.
So it's actually not bad, but you see those little things down at the bottom, those little things, that's what you use to separate pork butt after you smoke it.
Oh.
Like the meat, meat claws. So they were using those little metal meat claw things that you used when you smoke Boston butt. To claw up the interior of the car.
So they owned these cars, I guess.
Yeah.
Someone got in the bear suit. They used video camera, I'm sure security cameras, right?
Yeah.
The bear coming in, opening up, scratching stuff up, and they said, hey, pay us for this.
Yeah. And maybe, I don't know, it doesn't seem like they got any money. It seems like because they didn't have to pay restitution of the amount they sought.
Right.
They probably had to pay for the investigation.
Well, they had money because they had nice cars.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know, dude. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe they were renting them
or stealing them.
Well, that's the thing, though. If you can afford these cars, why are you trying to scam insurance?
I don't think these people can afford these cars.
Okay.
It's probably either they just barely are getting by on them or they're, I don't know, they're stolen. I have no idea. But the bottom line is, people, we talk about this all the time. If people put the same amount of effort into an actual career,
that's right,
they would do excellent for themselves.
And this is creative. I mean, I can appreciate the idea of faking a bear attack to get insurance. And let me just say, I am no fan of insurance, man.
Yeah,
I can't whether it's health insurance or car. It's all a scam, man.
Yeah, it's jacking up the prices of everything, so you need them.
Yeah, and the government's like, you gotta have it,
and then you end up paying as much out of pocket as if you would if the insurance companies didn't exist and the prices weren't high.
Dude, insurance is a scam.
Guys are getting a lot of politics today.
Well, they exist. They're not charities. They're not trying to help you. They're trying to make money.
Oh, for sure.
It's a money-making scheme.
They exist to make money. They're not existing to help you.
No.
I was following this story one time of early insurance fraud schemes where people would just take out insurance claims on all their family members and fake their deaths and do it over and over and over again. Yeah. I mean, this is back in the Wild West, 50s, 60s.
When you couldn't really
if there's some social media, you couldn't investigate. You just sent a letter saying, hey, so-and-so died, and they'd send you a check. So that leads me to a question, Jamie. What was your craziest insurance fraud experience? What are some ways that you've committed defrauded insurance companies and got away with it?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm not going to answer on this podcast.
Yeah, okay, so
no, I haven't ever defrauded insurance companies.
Okay, that's good.
And I think I've talked about this before.
They've defrauded you, though.
Yes. they just for simply using the product I pay for.
Yeah, I remember
they dropped me.
Your windshields.
Yeah. I had just a string of tows having to be towed and a windshield being broken, simply using them according to what we agreed upon, and what we paid them. Yeah. And they said, yeah, you're using the service too much. Yes, the service I pay for. Yeah. Where I'm using it too much, and they dropped me. Yeah. Yeah. And then they wanted me back.
I sent you little mailers. Please come back.
Please come back.
Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I lost faith in insurance really early on. Yeah. I had just bought a brand new vehicle.
You deconstructing on insurance?
Deconstructed insurance. A brand new vehicle, and it was a hurricane, and it sent a limb into the side of the vehicle. And
your limb? Your arm?
No, a tree limb. Oh. And scratched the side of the vehicle really bad. Yeah. And so I call, and I'm like, I've got at the time I think I had like a $500 deductible or something like that. And it was a gnarly scratch. It was going to require a repaint and all that kind of stuff. And anyways, got like someone to look at it, and it was going to cost $489 to fix, meaning you just have to pay out of pocket. Right. I don't believe that not one bit. No. That it's going to cost that,
They knew that it was your $500 was your deductible.
Oh, for sure. And then I had another time where my a company I was holding a loan with on a vehicle wanted me to have $1,000 deductible. Yeah. Required. Huh. I already had $500 deductibles. Yeah. And so, because I'm paying more per month to have a lower deductible, right? And I go to the company, and they're like, yeah, we don't accept that. You have to have $1,000 deductible. And I'm like, so you need lesser insurance.
Yes. Because they don't want to pay.
Because of a policy. Yeah. Like, I pay more for this. They're like, no, it's got to be $1,000. So I'm like, okay, I'll save money on my month-to-month payment to fulfill this lesser insurance requirement that you need.
It's a scam.
So weird.
It's a scam. Yeah, even health insurance this year on my taxes, I had unintentionally overestimated the amount of help that I could get from the government for our health insurance. Yeah.
And like through Marketplace.
And so they make you pay it back. Yeah. If you underestimate your income, you have to pay it back. And now they took it out of my return, so I didn't have to like pay it, but it's money lost. Yeah. And it's like, so if you knew this, why didn't you just tell me? Why make me figure it out? Yeah. I mean, it's just the whole thing's a scam.
Somewhere in the world, there's a Canadian listener saying, hey, Canada's got the best insurance, And while he's got like a pulsating boil on his shoulder that they won't remove.
Yeah, and he's been waiting 2 years for it.
Well, dude, come over here.
I was in Pakistan, and
you don't have to pay a thing to get nothing done.
That's right. I was in Pakistan, and a dude on a bike ran like a motorcycle, ran into the back of our car, like flew up on the back of the car, and so we got out, and the guy's wife explained to me, we don't have insurance here, so we always have to kind of wrangle some sort of agreement in real time.
Out of the deal.
And so I was like, well, it's completely that guy's fault, right? She's like, yeah, it's his fault, but he doesn't have any money. Yeah. She's like, we are owed significant money because of this, but my husband, who's the minister, he's too nice. Yeah. So he gets back in the car, and we were like, so how did it go? Did he get any money? He was like, no, I gave him money. It's that time again, Eric.
Yes, it is.
Do you know what time it is?
No.
It's time for a little Shady Theology.
Okay. How about you start it off? Let me see if I can find the harmony. I won't be able to do it, but
me. Shady Theology.
I couldn't get it.
That was good. You hit it.
I know it was in the beginning. I couldn't say the words.
All right. So, listener, Shady Theology is when we talk about just some of the theology going around out there in Christendom that's a little bit shady.
Just buzzing around.
Like
a little silverfish in the corner of the restroom. Dude, just looking for moisture.
Does silverfish buzz?
No.
Dude, what a terrifying little animal.
Yeah.
Right? They have like
with
pictures,
with a metal name.
I know, silverfish. That's a good name.
So if you see those, get your crawl space checked.
All right, so we're going to talk about the one and the only Pipinator, John Piper. He is known.
Pay the piper.
He's if you've never heard of John Piper, he is a well-known Reformed theologian, pastor in Minnesota. He's every 10 years or so, he makes national news for something he says.
And he is a self-proclaimed Christian hedonist.
Hedonist, that's true. He has this infamous message he gave about retirees collecting shells at the beach.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Like that went viral, which is a great sermon. I agree with all of it. But yeah, I don't agree with a lot of his theology, especially when it comes to Reformed Calvinism, that stuff. And so he made waves at the time of this recording on X. He posted this. I have heard it said God didn't die for frogs, he died for humans, implying that we were worth the sacrifice. This turns grace on its head. We are less deserving than frogs. They have not sinned. They have not rebelled and treated God with the contempt of being inconsequential in their lives. God did not have to die for frogs. They aren't bad enough. We are. Our debt is so great, only a divine sacrifice could pay it. It's brutal.
Did you see the comment under it?
Yeah.
Someone called it worm theology.
Yeah, worm theology. Read that part.
Not a God who desires to save his image bearers from death and the power of Satan, but a God who may want a few worms saved, but he just can't forgive them for all the stuff he decreed them to do, so he butchers his own son over it.
Brutal. Brutal. So, yeah, worm theology, and I've heard it called that before. This is the idea that we are these awful, terrible, animalistic, sinful, gross, unrighteous, heathen, totally depraved people, and God in his mercy just happens to want to save a few of us in his grace. But
and
he
he's
couldn't
justified.
stand
we were all going to burn.
Couldn't stand the fact he couldn't, his sacrifice even is just a limited atonement. He could not find it within himself to die for everyone.
Yeah,
because we're just maggots.
Hey, look, if there were an apartment building on fire and you just saved a few people, I mean
that's just because all of them deserve to burn.
All of them were going to burn unless you intervened.
Yeah, I actually heard a debate recently between a Calvinist and non-Calvinist, and the guy, and it was brutal, a brutal setup. He told a story of a bunch of kids in a lake who were drowning, and someone came by and saved only one, and we should rejoice over that.
Yeah,
because they were all sinners,
all destined to drown.
Yeah, should drown. And of course the Calvinist couldn't really answer that. He just had to make fun of the story. But so this is worm theology, right? This is total depravity on crack cocaine.
Yeah, explain total depravity.
Okay, total depravity takes the biblical idea that all have fallen short of the glory of God, that the wages of sin is death. Takes that idea that we are in need of salvation, in need of a savior, and totally amplifies it, I believe, beyond the biblical text, saying that we are so utterly and totally depraved, we could never choose what's right apart from God enabling us to do it. We are not just sick with sin, we are sin itself. We are terrible, awful, wretched human beings. And so it's the idea, and it affects salvation because it takes away free will choice, because we would never choose God. Even as he calls us, we would never choose him. He has to choose himself on our behalf for us. And so it's the beginning of the Calvinistic thought pattern in the 5 points, TULIP, TULIP.
Yes.
T is total depravity.
Yeah, so it's the complete and total moral corruptness.
Yes,
leading you to the point where you can't choose God.
Right,
God has to act sovereignly to regenerate you first, to even give you the capacity to choose him. And this comes from a few primary places in Scripture. Romans is I think it's Romans 3 is the first one. There is none righteous, no, not one. All people have turned aside and done wrong. And that is sort of the linchpin argument for two. There's other places. Genesis 6 they kind of quote the idea of Noah's generation of being completely, totally wicked and depraved. But that is such an isolationist hermeneutic.
Right.
Meaning they are literally isolating not even one whole verse, a portion of a verse to back up a theology that affects the entirety of salvation.
What Piper is doing is he's confusing sinfulness, which is true, with worthlessness.
Yes.
Which is not true. We're not worthless. We're made in God's image. Now, does that mean that I don't need a Savior? No, we need a Savior.
Yeah.
Right? But my sinfulness, your sinfulness, everyone's sinfulness doesn't mean that we're worthless. And you'll notice he said in the meme, he said, God didn't die for frogs. He died for humans, implying that we were worth the sacrifice. He said, I've heard it said. And so Piper's saying we're not worth the sacrifice.
We're worms.
We're worms. We're not worth it. And one person, and this was personal and below the belt, but he said, because Piper has at least one son that's an atheist, pretty well known atheist, and they're like, I wonder why his son doesn't believe. If he grew up hearing that he's a frog, he's worth less than a frog, and that's why maybe that's why he rejected. But it's using contempt for humanity as somehow making God big.
Yes.
Right? And I don't like that.
And it's the whole thing is predicated or based on, this is a big word, you got to bear with me, forensic salvation. Meaning like zoomed in,
CSI.
Individual salvation.
Right.
And is there an individual aspect to God's plan? Yes, but it's not the primary part of the plan.
It's received individually.
It's received individually, but you become a part of God's larger covenant with his people.
That's right.
And if you look back, the Calvinists will argue that there is, none righteous, no, not one. Everyone's incapable of doing anything morally good. And that is just not our subjective experience. That mentality places like sort of this black or white view of the world that everything is either all bad or all good.
Right.
And that's simply not true.
That's
Even
good.
Christians are a mixed bag.
That's right.
What changes is our trajectory. The Christian who has faith in Christ's trajectory is holiness unto God, where the unbeliever's trajectory is continued moral decay.
Yes.
And if you continue to read these verses, like the Genesis passage where, they kind of quote, the corruptness of the generations of humanity.
Yes.
It goes on to say that Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord, for Noah was a righteous man.
Right.
Right?
And this is before Christ.
This is before Christ. And then if you look at Romans, Paul is actually quoting, and there is none righteous, no, not one.
Yeah.
He's quoting Psalm 14, which goes on to say, and I pulled this up, so there's none righteous, no, not one, none does good, all that kind of stuff. And then he goes, the psalm continues, have they no knowledge, all the evildoers who eat up my people as they eat bread and do not call upon the Lord? They shall be in great terror, for God is with the generation of the righteous.
Yeah.
So that verse doesn't indicate that everybody is morally corrupt.
Right.
It indicates that there is in fact, a group of righteous people.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, your righteousness does not bring you into covenant with God.
You can't save yourself.
You cannot save yourself.
Of course.
But what's lacking, it's almost like sinful behavior in general wasn't the only thing that kept us out of, outside of God, right? Outside of a relationship with God. It was lack of covenant.
Yeah.
Right? And so Jesus provides the covenant that we now have for the Lord.
That's right. This theology confuses self-loathing with humility.
Yeah.
It's the idea that I have to denigrate myself. I have to talk about what a worm I am, how terrible humanity is in order to make God big, in order to somehow enhance his grace. His grace seems so much more if I'm so much less. That's the source of this.
And I commend that to a degree to try to honor God.
Yeah, but except when it goes into this, and because God is love. Love is directed towards humanity.
Yes.
Right? God is not despair. God is not condescension towards us. God is love towards people.
Yeah.
And so I understand. So, but that's what I'm saying. Self-loathing. You don't have to push yourself down to make God higher than you. God is incredible. He's all the things we're not, and we don't have to talk about ourselves as worms in order for him to be great.
And I would not bring you honor by talking about how crummy your kids are.
Exactly. Yes.
Like, that's not honorable.
It's insulting.
It's insulting.
No.
Kids made in your image, even with imperfection.
Yeah. Even if I'm not happy with what some of my kids are doing, you don't get to talk about them.
Yeah. And so we're essentially talking about ourselves, denigrating ourselves to our Father, to our Creator.
Yes.
And though it is true that we all suffer from a degree of depravity, to speak of ourselves as worms and unworthy of salvation, I don't see unworthy for salvation in Scripture.
Right.
I see worthiness for salvation because that's what God does. It's God's action towards us that defines our value and worthiness.
Yeah.
Not our inherent, not our position. Right?
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't get that. Like, if God was willing to save us, he obviously finds us worthy. Now, it's not worthy based on our behavior.
Right. It's based on what he said.
It's based on our value given to us by him.
Right. So God describes himself in multiple places in Scripture, and Psalm 103 turns it into a song. It says, "The Lord is." Let's see if this jives. This is the Bible, all right? So let's see if this jives with what Piper said.
Prove it.
"The Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. He will not always accuse, nor will he harbor his anger forever. He does not treat us as our sins deserve, or repay us according to our iniquities. For as high as the heavens are above the earth, so great is his love for those who fear him. As far as east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgression from us." Just a few more verses. "As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. He knows how we're formed. He remembers that we're dust."
And that's before Jesus, right?
Before Jesus.
Right.
So you see the love of a father being placed on humanity. Does that mean we are God ourselves, that we have something within ourselves to offer? No.
Does it mean we're perfect and morally upright?
Of course not. But it also certainly doesn't mean that we're worms, and that the more we denigrate ourselves, insult ourselves, say that we're worse than frogs. And I get he's making a free will, but see, he doesn't believe in free will. The worm thing, it's funny. The frog thing, he says frogs haven't offended a holy God, but that's because they don't have free will, which he doesn't believe in.
Oh, they get to choose which fly they get.
Oh yeah, maybe so. Maybe the Lord is pleased with each and every ribbit. It's a ribbit of praise unto the Lord.
I believe so. Here, let me honor our sermonauts real quick.
Okay.
You guys are utterly depraved. You sit in your cars surrounded by chip bags, styrofoam cups, and crumbs.
Who gave you the right to laugh?
Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are?
So how does that make you feel?
What?
Does it make you feel good, sermonauts?
Yeah.
To be insulted? To be called worms?
Worms. Yeah. Look, sin spread to all people through Adam, but grace abounded. How much more? Much more.
How about you wipe the Cheeto dust off your fingers? Change it to an educational podcast, you animals.
Yeah, listening to your music with the bing and the bing.
Well, that was fun. And no, I don't think you guys are utterly depraved. I think you're just kind of depraved.
But John Piper does, though.
Yeah, John Piper does. We're a friend of sinners here on the podcast. Well, this is great. Appreciate you guys for listening, for tuning in. Hey, if you want to have a question answered in any one of our segments here on the podcast, please send us an email at notthesermon@gmail.com.
And be sure and like and rate and review our podcast on your platform. That helps us. It sends us into people's algorithm, and they check us out, and they fall in love with Not the Sermon.
Also, shout out to one of our elders and deacons, Morgan, who commented obediently on our Patreon page.
Oh, yeah, she did.
For those of you that want in on the joke, you can go and check out our Patreon, Not the Sermon. We have elders and deacons tiers for $5 and $10 a month that help support the ministry of the podcast, bringing theological theological education and humor to the world. Got to say that for the IRS.
Well, thank you for listening to
Not the Sermon.
Thanks for listening. This podcast is a production of Victory Fellowship Church in Thomasville, Georgia. Eric and Jamie can be reached at emailing notthesermon@gmail.com.
Father to the fatherless, defender of the little kids, gracious and compassionate,